Oh, are you on? All right. I'm just here opening the coconut and stuff. And I was thinking about something that I felt like sharing. Um, the other day, I came across this news article online, and the title of it was Couple Has 3 Children After They Break Up. And it was about me. It's just some trashy English tabloid thing, right? And I've also had this pointed out to me that Jaimie, you had children after you broke up with the mother of your children. How dare you? And all this weird criticism about it. And this is one of those situations where I feel stupid explaining it, because I feel like if I'm explaining it, I'm acknowledging that it's so difficult to figure out that it needs to be explained. It's not my responsibility to point out how stupid people are being, but okay, here we go. Let's say you're in a situation where you have a child with a woman and you're a man. And pretty soon after you have that child, you realize, it's just not going to work out, right? Try as you might, you've done all the things. It's just very clearly not going to work out. But you don't want to have an only child, right? So you put yourself out there and try to meet someone else. But you got to make this kind of snappy, right? Because kids don't just happen quick. It takes some time. So you spend the first year meeting someone, trying to get to know them, and try to get it going, right? And so you meet someone, and things seem to be going pretty well, and you mention, hey, I want to have more kids, and so you spend the second year having a child. Presuming your fertility is reasonable, you can do it within a year, 9 months pregnancy and all that. So you manage to have a second kid 2 years after the first one, right? Great. Now my kids have a playmate. Beautiful. Except a year wasn't quite long enough to get to know that lady. So that one doesn't work out either. But you still want to have a big family, right? So it's like, okay, let me put myself out there again. Third time's a charm, right? So you put yourself out there, manage to meet another woman. This time you give yourself a little more time. Maybe you spend 2 years before trying to have kids. But you don't want to wait too long because time's ticking away, right? So you have a third kid 3 years after the last one. So now you got 3 kids, beautiful. And maybe it doesn't really work out so well with this third lady either. Crap, those dang divorce rates are going up, and even with people who stick together, they're often not successful marriages. Man, marriage is tough these days, right? It's just really hard to get it to work. And now you got 3 baby mamas. And maybe you can convince one of those baby mamas to be civil. Like, look, we have children together. We need to figure out how we can work together, raise this child together, right? Maybe you have a chance of convincing 2 of them. That's a stretch, but there's no way you're convincing 3 different women to all be civil in today's modern society, where the courts say, oh, you do not have to be civil. And all these lawyers and all their friends are saying, take him for everything he's got. So invariably, one of these women is going to get their hooks into you. And when that happens, man, she's going to be just siphoning the money out of you. And the other 2 are going to see that and say, wait, I want my piece. So they're going to get their hooks into you too. And then you got 3 women just tearing you apart. And your relationship with these children is destroyed because you're spending all this time fighting with their mothers. And I know guys who are in this situation. And this is kind of what those guys look like. The guys who are in this situation. This is what they look like. Please kill me. Kill me. Anyway, so you end up in that situation. At which point you may find yourself wishing, man, I wish I just had like 3 or 4 kids with that first woman, because then I'd only have one baby mama to deal with. All right, that's all I had to say right now. Good morning, happy April 1st. Oh yeah, it's April 1st. Oh, should I do an April Fool's thing? Well, I can't now because I just said it. Anyway, kids are wonderful, but they can stress the family as a whole. Man, if your kids are stressing you, you're probably not doing parenting right. I'm not saying that my kids are never stressful, but generally speaking, your children should not be a burden. They should be like you're not doing it right, is the way I think about it. And maybe other people have different kind of kids that just whatever. But the way I always think about it, and what always works with me, is if I'm getting frustrated with my kids, I don't point my finger at them. I'm like, wait, I'm screwing up. I'm not being a good enough dad. Because if I'm being a good enough dad, I have a good connection with my kids, and we're like, we get on the same page, and we like, the only times they get unruly are times when I'm not connecting with them well, when I'm like letting other stupid things in life stress me out, and it's getting in the way of my relationship with my kids, or if I'm just ignoring them too much, or things like it's always something I can fix, and then I'll be like, okay, let me focus on doing a better job with my kids and connecting better with them. And then within like a day or two, it's totally fixed, and it's amazing. So I don't get this whole kids are a burden thing. I don't buy that. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Wait, at least all your kids have the same dad. I don't know if you have helped. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Where's the button?